Hi, today I'm coming from Pittencrieff Park. I'm going to show you a little bit around my town and, talk about some other stuff afterwards. As you can see, it's a lovely day, the sun is shining behind me, and I'm just outside Pittencrieff Park just now. These are the Louise Carnegie gates. The story goes, I believe, which is probably wrong because I'm remembering this from Primary 4 history, that Louise Carnegie went up to the original. The park itself used to be a manor house and its grounds, and Louise Carnegie went up to the owner of the manor house and said, it's nice, you should let the public in. And, after a lot of argument, they eventually agreed, that people would be allowed in 1 day a year, but Louise Carnegie and her family would not be allowed. Look, it's got 4 stars from the Scottish Tourist Board. That must be good. The man along here, quite a way away just now, I'm just going to walk over to casual, is Andrew Carnegie. He is, probably Dunfermline's most famous son, at least in terms of things wider than Scottish wars, because, he is the man who the Carnegie Hall is named after. And, if you live in either America or Britain or another English-speaking country, even a couple of non-English-speaking countries, you've probably managed to go to a town at some point that has a library that he built. He built over 2,000 libraries in his time because, he was rich and he was a philanthropist and libraries were his thing. And people give you weird looks if you vlog in the park. And, so this is the statue of him. It's covered in bird poo, which all statues are, to be honest. Don't have the funds to clean them. But he was the grandson of Louise Carnegie, and one of the things he did after he went to America and got rich in the steel industry was he bought this beautiful park and gave it back to the people of Dunfermline. So, we put a statue of him in here as a thank you. And our 9 and 10-year-olds end up learning about him every year, or at least they did in my primary school, along with other local heroes and historical figures. So look, there's him. And here there's an obelisk that I've never seen before. That is the Glen Pavilion, which you can see they're adding a bit onto. Not really done much in there, it's normally private functions, but I did give blood in there for the first time. This is a pond where there used to be a load of tadpoles and occasionally some fish. And this is a memorial to General John Forbes, who was part of the French-Indian War. I'm trying to let you read some of that. He actually founded the city of Pittsburgh, and his family were the family that owned the manor in the park. So, when I say I'm a Steelers fan, I'm totally not glory hunting. I'm totally legitimately connected to the city by the fact that some guy who was born in my hometown founded it. It's totally legit. And that is Pittencrieff House there in its lovely orange hue. And here's some of the flowers and cacti in the hothouse. And look, this is where the fish have all gone. And there's these lovely gardens outside the hothouse. This is a bit lower down where there's loads of trees and undergrowth, and then over there we have the burn, which is actually quite low just now because it hasn't been wet recently. And here we have the waterfall, which is running quite nicely just now. Love the sound of a good waterfall. This is what remains of Malcolm Canmore's tower. He ruled from here back in the 11th century, and he was the first king to make Dunfermline his capital. And this is the bridge where my mum used to come to feed the squirrels and the peacocks, though I haven't seen any squirrels or peacocks today. I think there's only one peacock left, which is kind of a shame. Over there's a little bandstand amongst all these huge and beautiful trees, and then there's the burn back down there. I really like this bit of the park. And there is one of our park squirrels scampering away. Squirrels appear to come out now that I've said there weren't any. Or maybe it's the kids with the bag of peanuts that are more, effective in getting them to appear. I want to leave you with this, my favourite view in the whole Glen. That's the Abbey, just behind, trees and things from down near the burn. I'll do the talky bit that I was talking about maybe tomorrow, or a bit later on. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, subscribe and stuff. Bye! Okay, so the squirrels are just taunting me now.